ለክቡር ለህንድ ጠቅላይ ሚኒስትር ህብረት ሰላም
First thing that comes to your mind when I say Ethiopia. Some of you may think just another African country, others may think conflict, instability, war. But today Ethiopia is in news because the Indian Prime Minister is there. But why is he there? Well, this story is about answering that question. Why is he there? Prime Minister Modi is on a 3-nation tour. The first stop was Jordan. From there, it was a quick flight to Ethiopia. That's the second leg of his trip. And it wasn't a courtesy stop. This visit was about history, strategy, and the future of the global south. Let me tell you that story tonight, starting with the story of Ethiopia. It's a country located in the Horn of Africa. Ethiopia is a landlocked country. Its capital is the city of Addis Ababa. That's where Prime Minister Modi landed, and Ethiopia's history is quite interesting. It is one of the oldest civilizations on earth. Scientists say some of the earliest footprints of humanity were found here in this country. It is the only African nation that was never colonized. So it was a symbol of African independence. Ethiopia is home to the African Union headquarters, meaning Addis Ababa is Africa's diplomatic capital. And in 2024, Ethiopia joined the BRICS grouping. Now, this is Prime Minister Modi's first ever bilateral visit to Ethiopia, also the first visit by an Indian Prime Minister in 15 years, and the timing is also important. In 2026, India will take over the BRICS chairmanship. Ethiopia is a new BRICS member. Both countries are part of the global south, so this visit is about alignment. During the visit, Prime Minister Modi was awarded Ethiopia's highest civilian honor, the Great Honor Nishan of Ethiopia. That's what it's called. And here's the headline. Indian Prime Minister Modi.
The Indian Prime Minister has underscored the growing strength of Ethiopia-India relations during a landmark 2-day official visit, highlighting Ethiopia's rising regional influence and economic transformation. Addressing Ethiopian lawmakers and holding high-level talks with Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed, he praised Ethiopia's development trajectory and reaffirmed India's commitment to expanding cooperation in trade, investment, technology, health, and education. The visit reflects deepening strategic ties and signals a shared vision for long-term partnership and South-South cooperation. Ethan Caldwell has more.
I'm sure we can all agree our partnership has a lot more potential. That is why Prime Minister Dr. Abiy Ahmed and I took a big step forward yesterday. We have decided to elevate our bilateral relationship to the level of a strategic partnership.
That was more than welcoming, my good people. That is what we need as Africans. That's the relationship that we need in Africa. That is the truly friendship between the borders. Ethiopia is one of the countries that was never colonized. That is the only country in Africa that was never colonized. I think we have the 2 countries, but Ethiopia is one of the countries that today we are talking about the sovereignty and the independence country. Those are the people who can only come out to speak about the independence because they never experienced colonization. They fight for the people who try to come and control their countries. And at the end of it, they find themselves winning, and which help them a lot not to be colonized. And from this, Ethiopia is one of the countries today that is controlling African heritage, African culture. And there is a lot of things when you go today in Ethiopia that we will experience. Even if you are living in Africa, you need to visit Ethiopia because there's a lot to experience that you've never ever experienced in your country. And now, welcome back. This is Africa's the Black history, the Black history, where we uncover the hidden truth. Now, why do Ethiopia only choose to deal or to work with India? Because first of all, India is one of the countries in the east, which we can talk where they are about India, Russia, and China. These are the countries today that when we speak about colonization, these are the countries that never colonized Africa. They never exploited African resources. They never unalived many people in Africa. They never committed genocides, but the West did. So when today we come here to speak about India, we were at the same history. We are at the same history with these countries because whatever Africa passed through is the same as how Russia, China, and India passed through after the time of colonization. That's when each and every country started to fight for its own, on how to build itself, how to develop, how to do all that they had to do so as to build themselves, develop, and do everything that they wanted to do. That's why today we find that for those countries who sacrificed their own to build themselves and to be who they are today, the countries like China and India, that's why they are who they are today. So Ethiopia is one of the countries today that is, when today they have to choose the partnership, the diplomatic relationship, the friendship, they are wise, they know how to choose. That's why you see today the Prime Minister of India is being celebrated in the country of Ethiopia, not only celebrated, but with a flowered welcoming, the warm welcoming, with the highest cultural festives and welcoming. So I just like this. And when as Africans, if we can try today to start to choose how some other countries choose, if we can be able to choose the leaders who have the best interest to partner with Africa, not to come and exploit or to steal or to loot, but to partner with Africa in economically, in politically, in everything, that both people or both parties will benefit, then this will bring a great change. This will bring a great change that Africa today will be, or will look in a different form that maybe we never expected. Today, we have great countries today that are doing good, doing well in Africa. That some of African countries which are not well developed or well stabilized, they have to take out an example. Today, Ethiopia is holding a lot of cultures, a lot of shows. Like if you want to experience the best culture and the best originality of Africa, then you have to visit Ethiopia, because from this you will come to realize all that you may have wanted to see about Africa, about the Black culture. Now, I think I've tried to show you how things are working in Africa and how we need Africa to be or to look like, but not this other round, these other things that is happening across Africa, whereby people are being killed, countries being destroyed because of the greedy leaders. The African leaders at this time, they are only have to focus on how to build Africa, how to protect Africans, but not fighting against their people, not unaliving their own people, not doing a lot of massive things that is not there to help anything in African continent. So it is the time as Africans we stand up, we support all those leaders who are doing great to support Africa and who are only showing the interest of developing Africa and taking Africa in another level. So I will not take much of your time. Kindly thank you for being here. I appreciate your support. Continue subscribing, sharing, comment, and leave a like so that you can continue connecting on the next episode. Be blessed, ranging from I love and appreciate. Be blessed.